And greetings, folks. All right, so we're still on Schwinn Travelers. We we found a seat for this black and white one, but we were at a standstill until a nice faded black and white seat. And what else did I do? Cabled a few things. Anyway, we're at a standstill until I string up another S5 wheel. So we're jumping onto this Traveler because it's complete. Anyway, I have a problem. This is pretty mangled up here. Somebody has pounded a seat post in or used the wrong seat post. If you look back at the other videos, you'll see that I did discover this damage. And this is very loose right now, as you can see. And what we're going to do, it's something I've done in the past with varied results. Anyway, this is the old post. I'd really love to use this, but it's been kinked so many times because this part was above the frame where it shouldn't have been. This is in the correct position now. But if you look down there, you can see this isn't quite round anymore. And the seat post, the right seat post, doesn't really want to go in too well. And it's nice if you undo the seat post and you can just slide it out, maybe sometimes leave the seat on it for leverage, but it's not happening. And I'm going to use this rustier one because it hasn't been crunched too many times, maybe once there. Anyway, I unfortunately have to use this kind of rusty one. And I started to put it in, and you can see on the edge there, those crisscross things. That's from me getting it out because it wouldn't go in because somebody's damaged the frame. Hey, it happens. This is what you have to run into, folks. It happens. I make the mistake so you don't have to. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've got this really old broken seat post and with some nice notches in it. And no, it's not spinning very true. And we're going to use this as kind of like a seat post tube reamer. It's going to be rough, folks. I have done this before with varied results. I do have an adjustable reamer somewhere I could bust out and do it the correct way, but I don't really want chips to fall down. This is freshly packed. You know, that's fresh grease, and I don't want chips to fall down from there down into there and possibly get into the bearings. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some grease on this. I know it's not spinning very true. And we're going to shove it in there and zip it around. Oh, by the way, I did find a really nice red and white S seat that's going to go on here. Too bad this is faded, but we're trying to make it look the best we can. Let's get this going here. Like I say, I've done this before with mixed results. I think one time it worked and one time it didn't. So let's make sure this is nice and loose. We don't want this constricting anything. In fact, we might take this all the way off. Before we do that, let's just see how this fits in. I know it doesn't fit in very well. Yeah, it goes about maybe a ½ inch down. And it should slide a lot easier than that. You can see me trying to, I could just tap it in, but then you got a seat post that's frozen. Then the next person, me, has to get this up or down. It ain't gonna happen. Let's take this clamp completely off. And we'll see if we can ream this out a little bit. Eh? Yeah, I decided to jump on this bike because it's kind of complete. I need a real screwdriver, hang on. Yeah, it's on the more complete side, and when you run into problems, and I'm doing this backwards with the camera. There we go. Yeah, now you can really see how mangled it is. It's just, it's not round in there. from years of somebody clamping it the wrong way with the post up too high. It's spread a little, and that's great. I think we're going to try the old reamer technique. It's going to be exciting. All right, so we got our little homemade seat post reamer. Like I say, mixed results, folks. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, here we go. Wow. I think that did something already. Huh. I could feel it kind of going in easier. Oh, almost. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, we'll go for that. Yeah. I mean, heck, that's okay. We can move it with our hand now. Not great. It's still kind of scarring it, though, a little. It's not great. It scarred it a little bit there. Let's run that thing in a little more, maybe. Bear with me, I'm coming. Okay. Oh. It fell out. Alright, let's try this again. And we got the grease on here because we don't want, if there is any chips, we don't want them to fall down into the bearings. So we're going to try this again. Okay, let's get that seat post we want to use and just see if it goes in a little easier. I mean, this thing still has to clamp, you know. And there's plenty of grease down in here now. I think we're good on that. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's not great, but at least you don't have to hit it with a hammer. And you can get it in and out. Okay, that worked. Mixed results. Okay, let's, we can put the clamp on in a second. Let's put the rusty side towards the front where you won't see it. Okay. One nice rusty Schwinn seat post. Let's put the clamp back on. And we'll put the bolt back in. Okay. Now see how that's up a little? That's correct. The top of the frame has to be above the clamp, all right? Don't let it ride up and pinch things. If you do, it crunches the top of the frame, and it crunches this top of the frame together too tight, and then when you do tighten the heck out of it because it's not really doing its job, you end up ruining this beautiful chrome seat post. Yes, I could probably still use this, but I don't trust it. Not with these big creases in here. And yes, this is a nice chrome seat post for Traveler, but it's not anymore, you know? That's the way it goes. Let's put this bolt in. And let's just tighten it down, because we do have a seat to go on this. doing quite well. Make sure that's still straight. That looks good. So my seat post reamer did something. Not much. And it wasn't running very true. But at least we didn't send chips down in the bottom bracket area, because using an adjustable reamer, which I do have one, it possibly, well, you could put grease on the reamer too and catch it, but there's a fair chance some chips would go down this tube and eventually work their way into the bearings on curves and stuff. We don't want to do that. All right, guess what we got? Hello. Hello, beautiful. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're doing pretty good, folks. Oh, yeah. We're doing good. Did I say we were going to make progress today? Oh, we're making progress. Yeah, I kind of had to jump on this one. The black one, I really wanted to keep going on the black Traveler over there, but I have to restring a wheel, a front wheel. And I've got the white walls for it. They're over here. Because black and white bike with black and white tires, you know, some white walls. You know, I really want to keep going on that, but we got this seat, and I knew this tube was messed up, so we had to deal with that. Let's tighten this up. And there's one more thing I noticed that's damaged, and it's kind of a bummer. And I can't really address it right now. Maybe my buddy Fred can help me out. Oh yeah, I think that's good. I'll show you the thing that's damaged. Okay, Fred, I know you got my grips already and you cleaned those parts, but there's one more piece I need. We just need one more thing, Fred, I promise. All right, let's see. Oh, wow, that's seized too. That's really seized. Yep, old Fredley. It's the bigger style stem. You know, the bigger style. Yeah, that needs to be cleaned badly. And I have not gone through this headset yet. I have not gone through this yet, obviously. Or this front wheel. At least it's there. But yeah, this is chipped. The pinch. Let's get you off here so you can see. Yeah, this part right here. It's this little pinch. I don't have one. It's for the bigger diameter too, Fred. Boy, this needs to be sprayed. It is really tight. Anyway, this whole thing needs to be... I'm probably not going to run the light, so this has to go. This needs to be repacked. Front wheel needs to be repacked. Oh, the list goes on. Did I even get this thing shifting? I think I did. Oh yeah, this one shifts. And we did the cranks. Yeah, we got everything for this bike. We got the chain guard, we got the front fender, and now we have a nice seat. So this is about as far as I can go on this right now. I gotta find some red grips. I don't think I have any. Anyway, go to the end of the video. This is part one. At the end, I'll show you guys, I'm bringing a bike to a subscriber. Oh, here's the pedals I might give him. No, these other pedals. I'm bringing a bike to a subscriber tomorrow, all the way to Hickory, North Carolina. He's got a bike in trade. Really nice guy. I think I'll throw these pedals in. Yeah, these are decent. And he's going to make a Schwinn Racer into a Schwinn Collegiate. I've done it many times. It's the thing to do. Not many people can deal with the 3-speed action. It's kind of a finesseful thing with 3 speeds. Everything has to be perfect. And they're not very low geared or efficient. But it's really nice to convert 3 speeds to 5 speeds using Schwinn parts. Anyway, he's got a bunch of Schwinn parts. Go to the end of the video, check it out. I might even do a little video of me driving out there looking for more bikes. That's, you know, well, you can't have, you know, a bike going away without bikes coming back. You know, you need to keep the collection at the same level. You know, you can't just get rid of everything. No, actually, he's got a bike in trade that's really cool. It's a girl's bike, but it's a 56 model, and I really doubt I'm going to part that thing out. Okay, hey, thanks for tuning in. The channel is about to go to the next milestone, and I'd really like to just work on bikes full time. I love working on bikes, and it's going to the next milestone, and you'll have a chance to subscribe to the next tier of my channel. I think you just donate monthly, whatever you can, and that allows me to have more content and expand the channel. And I'll have like a send me junk PO box thing going on. There's a few more perks that allow people to, when they get to this level, to so to say, just keep the channel growing. And if you like what I'm doing, and when the channel pops up to that next level, it's very soon actually, we'll get you in on it. And I'm not really going commercial. I still have to work and weld and make barns and stuff, but you know, if all goes well and I really get to this next level and things go well, yeah, you know, keep me at home working on bikes. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Hey, have a great day, man. Keep it positive, guys. It's going to be all right. Hey, welcome to Faulkner Fixes All. A subscriber reached out, and one of my bikes is going away. Apparently, somebody's going to try to make this Schwinn Racer into a Schwinn Collegiate. And hey, I'm all for it. I don't have the time to really mess with this one. And it's not really on the old enough for me scale. You know, I'm kind of a snob when it comes to Schwinns. And I might regret this later, but he seems like an alright guy. And I'll drive halfway to where he is, and we'll shuffle this project. Pass the savings on to others, as my dad would say. Pass the savings on. Anyway, yeah, he's gonna convert this. I already did put the 5-speed, 10-speed style stem in and switch the other one out. It's not quite a runner. Well, it is actually a runner right now, but the 3-speed hub is all burned up. Yeah, well, I'm kicking in these 2 chain guards. One is dented, and the paint is there, missing the back tab. And the other one's not dented, but it's in very bad shape. These are both exactly the same size. A really bad green seat. Hey, it's green. The bottom is really bad, though. You could take a heat gun, heat this up, take it off, and put it on a better base. That's the only thing it's got going for it. And you could kind of respray this white with vinyl spray paint. And some better green grips. Various things to make it a 5-speed. The thin gear. With washer for the bolt, for the nut. The missing crown, which I don't know why it wasn't on there. But you do have one here. That's good. A 5-speed shifter that should clean up, and a little fork washer that he also needed for another project. Yes, looking pretty good. A freewheel protector that probably is for a 10-speed Schwinn, but that's all I got. He's got the thin gear. He's got some reproduction gray housing, and the much coveted, the piece you need the most, the 5-speed back wheel S5. So he's got about 90% of the stuff to make it. Oh, don't punch that rare reflector. He's got about 90% of the stuff. I mean, he's probably going to need tubes and tires and cables and stuff like that. Actually, these brake cables are probably fine. and he'll have a spare 3-speed cable for something, and shifter. I gotta find some pedals still. We'll go to the shop right now and get him a couple pedals, and probably do some more work on another bike. I got some issues on another Traveler. So let's close this up and let's go in the shop. I'm not taking this truck. It actually, the 4Runner gets better mileage and has AC, so I'm taking that. So let's shut you guys off for now, and then I'll go in the shop and do some work.